All right, welcome everyone to week 5 of Ascend Live by 5D Wellness. Today we're focused on systems that save time and do not add tech stress. This is about setting up simple, clean workflows that reduce chaos and free up mental space. We're not building complexity, we're building containment. Not more tools, but the right stack. Not overwhelm, but clarity and control. We are talking about one simple business stack that's designed um, to support you, not stress you out, right? That's what we want.
Absolutely.
Okay. As always, today's session is interactive. We want everybody to be involved. And throughout our time together, I'll ask you short questions, and so will Christine. And if you could just drop the answers in the chat, that would be great. I love to have the chat active, and you guys are such an amazing group and always are very engaged. And I think that really helps everything run smoothly and keeps everybody interested in what's going on.
All righty,
So
Gary, you pulled it up.
I was going to say, let's start with a quick hello. Tell us where you're joining from, and we'll get this chat rolling, right? Get everybody used to working in there.
I'll start. Peggy Gleason from Creedmoor, North Carolina.
Excellent. Let's keep it in the chat so we can kind of keep moving, please. Thank you, Peggy.
Yes.
Excellent, excellent. I love it. I didn't even get a
Mascotas
chance to say
here.
type ready in the chat. You guys are already going. You're so good. I love it.
Yes. Heaven.
Such an amazing group here.
Heaven, aka Western Way. I love that. Mikey is in heaven.
And
Ah,
Christine, you got the chat. You managed the chat for me, please?
I do.
Because it's kind of hard to keep everything going and
I
focus on
can
what
do
we're talking
everything.
about. We have such great material. All right, let's jump in. So if you're already making money but feel stretched, this is for you because revenue alone doesn't create leverage and a full calendar isn't freedom. If growth still depends entirely on you, what you need is structure. So important. And today we'll show you exactly what that looks like. Most wellness professionals think the answer is another tool, another platform, or a different strategy. I think we've all been there. But more apps, more logins, and more dashboards rarely solve the problem. They usually amplify it, and this leads to undue stress and confusion. We want to get rid of all that stress and confusion. And we are here to remind you of something simple but powerful. Leverage creates capacity. Capacity creates clarity. Clarity creates consistency. And consistency creates sustainable growth. And this is what we're after. And sustainable growth means consistent income without chaos. Systems that truly support clients and long-term impact instead of short-term spikes. Because tech stress isn't about tech. It's about the system. Because too many tools with no clear workflow, and of course, everything relying on you and only you, this creates overwhelm. And I think we've all experienced that, and we talk about this a lot. And so think of stress as feedback. And this feedback is telling you that it's time to simplify and systemize. Systems are important. We talk about systems all the time, and they help things flow smoothly. And that's what we want. Has anybody felt this tech stress lately? If so, type 1 in the chat right now. I know I have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's bound to happen, right? We're dealing with so many different things, and technology's booming right now. There's so many changes, updates coming all the time. Every day you open an app and it's been updated or it needs to update, right?
And AI has created a chaos online, and it's just starting to settle. And Gary and we are trying to help you survive. And maybe I see Feather, you are here. Maybe your havening will help them to calm down too. And maybe it will help the tech to calm down. Can
Right,
can
yeah.
can you
Everything
haven
helps.
a
All those little
CRM?
things help. Hmm.
We do some
So here's the
havening
problem.
CRM. Okay, Gary, go on. I have too much
Here's the
fun.
problem. Manual follow-up drains time, and repeated explanations drain energy, and constant small decisions drain focus. So over time, that slows growth and weakens leadership. But systems remove these drains by automating, standardizing, and freeing you up to focus on strategy and impact. And I realize that activity feels productive. And we want to feel productive, so sometimes we might overdo it on the activity. But without infrastructure, it's just motion. This is what I call busyness, which is being busy without clear purpose or direction. Anyone ever do this? I know I have. What about you, Christine?
Absolutely. I've tended in the past to overdo busyness and confuse it with work. I thought, oh, I'm so busy. I must be doing something productive. I really felt productive. But when I looked at the numbers, the outcome, I thought, maybe it doesn't work properly. Maybe there's something missing that I'm doing wrong. And yes, there's a very big difference. And now that
It
with
happens,
everything systemized, or that funny word there that nobody can
right?
pronounce.
Yes, and it happens. And just being busy, you feel like you're working at something. You
I'm
end
just
up,
laughing. Peggy writes productivity versus bursy. I love the bursy, Peggy. Yes, busy
yeah.
writing
And what
bursy.
happens when you do this? You end up spinning your wheels and you never really gain any real traction. It's like you're just going and going, but not really getting anywhere. Because busy days and reactive work don't create scale. And this is what we're after. We want to be able to scale. Real growth comes from building systems that support the business. So you're not just working in it, but strengthening it. Very important. And optimization isn't about adding more. It's about removing what's unnecessary. This is so big, removing what's unnecessary. Because growth accelerates when you remove unnecessary friction and reduce redundant steps and simplify the flow. We talk about, simplifying things often because the more complex the process, the more energy it drains. And true optimization is subtraction. When you remove what doesn't serve the outcome, clarity and momentum naturally increase. And this is so important. If you're doing things that don't serve the outcome that you want to achieve, then you're costing yourself time and you wasted a lot of effort. And we don't want that. We don't have the capacity for that, for waste. We want to eliminate waste, eliminate friction, eliminate unnecessary noise and clutter. Makes things so much smoother and flowing nicely. So there are three leverage zones in every business. You have internal operations, you have acquisition, and you have delivery. Now, internal leverage creates efficiency, and acquisition leverage creates consistent opportunity, and delivery leverage creates scalable impact. So when you build systems in these three areas, growth stops to depend on your effort, and growth happens sustainably because it flows from the right structure. So big. And I
In
can't,
case you wonder why I put stuff always in the chat, I try to extract Gary's nuggets, those gold nuggets that he drops everywhere, and put them in the chat for you guys. If you want to, you can save the chat, keep it for later. Up to you.
that's awesome. Thank you so much, Christine. I love that. I think that is very helpful. And I can't emphasize this enough. This is so important. It is mission critical to start with internal structure before chasing external growth. We talk about doing things in order, and this is one of those things that's very important. You do this by using calendar blocks to create focus, templates to reduce repeated thinking, and a clean file structure to cut friction. File structure, big, very big. Organization.
Still
I think we
cleaning
know
up.
that.
I'm
Yeah,
still
spring
cleaning up
cleaning,
my
right? We're coming into
files.
spring, so start spring cleaning things now. Get prepared because we're about
Spring
to
cleaning
launch.
your hard drive, spring cleaning your cloud structure. We can help, by the way. We do that ourselves. We have
Oh
a
yeah, for sure. We can
template.
definitely help with that. Because when your internal systems are organized, everything else becomes easier to scale. And when we are able to scale, this is when we start to make consistent and predictable income. Consistent and predictable. This is what we're after, right? You want to know that it's flowing in month after month. And
Right.
if you're rewriting emails, similar emails every week, you are bleeding time. Stop making the same small decisions over and over. Email templates, standard replies, and a defined weekly rhythm cuts micro decisions that drain focus. And when routine choices are pre-made, your mental energy is reserved for strategy, creativity, and leadership. Big, big, big. And also use the tools you already have more strategically. This is one I think people forget about, like Outlook, for instance. Outlook rules reduce inbox noise, and planner flows organize task execution, and shared folders centralize collaboration. We use that all the time, right, Christine?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Share folders, SharePoint. I mean, it's great. Teams is excellent.
You know, the
Um,
Outlook rules, my inbox is so clean now, and I know exactly. I actually added an agent that puts labels on it that automatically recognize what is what. So it's amazing.
oh yeah, it makes a big difference.
Mhm.
So when Office 365 is configured intentionally, it becomes infrastructure, not just software. And feel free to ask us any questions inside the community, as this is often a sticking point, and we have used and have experienced with all of these different tools and platforms. And the same principle applies inside Google Workspace for those
By
of
the way,
you.
I use it too. I've used it extensively. So if you have questions about Google Workspace, I know many use that. I know it too. And so does Gary.
Right. Yeah. In Google Workspace, filters keep your inbox organized. A clear drive structure prevents chaos, and calendar blocks protect focused work time. So, configured properly, these tools create order, reduce friction, and support scalable operations.
Yeah, I know when people sometimes get a glimpse of our calendar and it's all nicely time blocked and colored, they say, how do you do that? So we should make a video about that too.
Yeah, and I like that. The time blocking and the color coding, categorizing your different appointments. So when you just visualize, you look at it, you see the color, you know exactly, okay, this is a client, this is a prospect, this is a management meeting, whatever, whatever different things you've got going on. And then we have external systems. External systems drive predictable growth. You need clear mechanisms to capture attention and to convert interest and confirm commitment. When capture, conversion, and confirmation are consolidated as a system inside a clear container, revenue becomes consistent instead of reactive. And we're always looking for consistency. And lead capture must be simple and intentional. A focused landing page, a clear message, and a short, frictionless form increase response rates. So when clarity goes up and complexity goes down, conversions rise. Very big. And your booking flow should eliminate friction. Auto confirmations and reminders reduce no-shows, and removing back and forth scheduling saves time. A streamlined booking system protects your energy and improves the client experience, right? Your clients are looking for less friction. I mean, you see this picture here of the phone, we know the statistics say, I think like 80% of people view a lot of their content on their phone. So you want things so smooth and easy that they can just do it on their phone and, minimal steps, 1, 2 steps, 3 steps at the most, probably. Couple button clicks and boom. Like Christine always says, click the button, make it
Today
easy.
button. And Gary, that is so true. And for now, when we build a funnel or website page or something, and AI helps enormously with that now, even go high level AI is wonderful to build a funnel in 10 seconds, literally, and always mobile first,
Right.
adjusted for laptop later.
Exactly. Thank you. And so follow-up should be structured, not random, right? At least 3 intentional touches, a clear call to action, and a defined time frame create momentum. When follow-up is flowing strategically, opportunities don't slip through the cracks. Oh, things slipping through the cracks. I know that one well. Anybody
Mhm.
else have things slip through the cracks on them?
Oh,
You know,
yes.
yeah, I mean, that comes down to what we're talking about too, is structure, organization. When you're not organized, things tend to slip through the cracks. You ever accidentally miss a meeting that was on your calendar? Oh my gosh. That's like I had that happen before and I was just like devastated. I felt so bad. You never want somebody just waiting for you on Zoom and you never show up. That's like horrible. Hard to come back from that. But it happens. So, we understand when things like
I,
that happen.
I guess we are not the only one. You got a yes, it happens to others too. Yeah, I've done it
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I mean, I think we've been on the other end of that where I've been waiting before and nobody showed up and I'm like, what the heck's going on? You got
But really,
technical
there's only
difficulties.
one thing you can do. You send them a message on email when you notice and profusely apologize. And usually that means you
Mhm.
have to give them something in return, either time
Oh
or
yeah.
discount or an extra product.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. You have to make it right and you apologize. You take responsibility for it, right? That's what you do.
It's customer service. It's similar to a restaurant. I love it when Dan Kennedy always uses a restaurant idea, right? When something is wrong with the steak, it happens, but you gauge the
Mhm.
quality of a restaurant by the response when something goes wrong. If nothing
Exactly.
happens, it was the last time you got there and it gets a 0 or bad Google review, right? That's the difference.
Right. So in our Bloom programs, we use our business in a box infrastructure, which is part of the larger Go High Level ecosystem. And Christine, you're our Go High Level expert. You know this system inside and out. Um, how does this fit inside the CRM ecosystem out there?
It's really interesting because it's kind of the mothership of them all. When I started my business, I looked at systems and it was still called Lead Connector, which was a very wireframe style system, still run on MS-DOS. And I know we have a few people here that are grandmasters of the internet, like Mikey. And so he has also ideas how that looked then. And then, of course, Go High Level came along. I think it's only 7 or 8 years, and it made it so much easier. It still kept the complexity and the options, but made it easier and added a whole layer of excellent training. And I love everything that they do. And they're still improving. And yeah, the internet is responding. And I think they're the largest CRM out there. Many people white label Go High Level themselves, like we've done it. And that means they just call it by a different name. And whatever you buy out there, it's usually a Go High Level white label, whether they tell you or not. Just they add a
This is
little
true.
extra price to it. And they call
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Thank you for that, Christine. Inside our business in a box templates, you can create one clean pipeline that keeps everything flowing smoothly because a simple CRM structure creates clarity and control. One clean pipeline, clearly defined stages, and automated moves ensure nothing gets lost. And when your process is visible and automated, growth becomes predictable, not dependent on memory. And if that's something you're interested in, type template in the chat and we'll email you some more information after this event. And this is so big. I mean, we're talking about structure and systems and templates today. And I think we all know how important templates are. I mean, this is a big time saver, right? When you can just plug and play with a template, it's so helpful.
Everybody wants the templates. Yeah, we love templates too, and we'll create
Yeah.
more
I
templates. I
mean,
love templates too, and I don't know if it's the right place for that, Gary, but we talked about it. I made so many worksheets for my clients, and what I want to do is that I want to create them so you can actually white label them and use them for your clients and edit them. Would you be interested in that? Because they're amazing. Of course, you can also use them as is. And then
yeah,
now
big.
our members, our Bloom members, we don't charge them anything for that. Yes,
Right.
yes, yes. Peggy, you're sweet.
Yes, yes, yes. I love that. So stop stacking tools without strategy. I know we've done this before, and we've had to start eliminating a lot of those tools, and that's kind of what we're talking about today too, is removing unnecessary tools and platforms, things that you don't really need that are kind of in the way, and that's creating friction. And this is important. This, you know, that creates unnecessary noise, and we're trying to get away from that. When your CRM, website, and AI work together, growth compounds. And when they don't, complexity multiplies. Because integration creates efficiency and tool overload creates stress. I
Hmm.
can relate to that. And inside the business in a box, you have everything you need in one central location and the added support to coach you through any unforeseen challenges. That's very helpful. And your website role is not decoration, it's direction. It must create clarity about what you offer, guide visitors toward conversion, and build confidence in your ability. When clarity, conversion, and confidence align, your website becomes a growth asset, not just an online brochure. And if you ever wonder, website and landing page, these are often used synonymously. It's pretty much the same thing. One is just your website's way more detailed than a landing page. And a funnel is just a way to visualize and properly guide your customer flow from getting to know you to conversion, right? From top of funnel to bottom, where they actually convert. And this is what focused design looks like. Christine, can you add the link to the page in the chat, please? Use
Yeah,
one of
sure
the
I
link
can.
pages if you will. That would be perfect.
Yeah, yeah. I added our newest application page. It's kind of a nice page. It's still a little overloaded, so we are still cleaning it up because
Yeah,
what
it's
Churchill said, if I have no time to create a talk, a speech, it takes me an hour. I'll speak for an hour. If I have a month to create a speech, I'll speak for 15 minutes. And if I have 2 months, I'll speak for 5 minutes with the same content. So cutting down content takes extra time and clarity and effort. It's interesting.
it is, and everything's always fluid. And you're always working on everything. You're always fine tuning and polishing these things. Like we always talk about progress over perfection. So when you do put a landing page out, it's not going to be perfect on the first go around, but you're going to work on it and make it. And a lot of times the market helps dictate what needs fixing, right? You get feedback from people, people let you know maybe this isn't working or they can't find what they're looking for, and then you make tweaks to it. So these are dedicated pages per lead magnet, service, or product with one clear call to action and no unnecessary clutter. Remove the noise. When the path is obvious and distraction is removed, conversion becomes natural. And this is what we want, natural and organic flow and growth. The right way, of course. And that's what we teach. We teach the right way to do it, a different way to do it, a better way to do it. I would say the best way to do it. And we know that AI by now is an essential tool, right? It's helpful, helps cut time out of your week for sure. And we have it integrated in the Business in a Box and in the Bloom packages. And of course, our proprietary Easy AI system, which is still the only one that is not only nonprofit, but designated for wellness entrepreneurs only. This is rare. I think it's still a unicorn. I don't know if there's anything else out there like it. And we have unique apps that you will not find anywhere else, like our gratitude generator, the positive affirmation wizard. We have healthy recipe apps, wellness content creator apps, and of course, book writing with AI. And these are all part of that system. And these are huge, and people love these, and they use them all the time. And we'll talk about these book writing apps a little more too. And we actually have our next Authors AI Boot Camp coming up in April 16th. I know people get excited about that one. We haven't done a book writing boot camp in a while, and they were really popular, and we had great attendance. So we're bringing that back for 2026. This will be the first one in 2026. It's in April on 16th. I believe registration is open now. Is that right, Christine?
Oh, yes, the registration is on. I'll share the link after.
Excellent. Yeah, be on the lookout for that in the community if you're interested in writing a book. I know most of us are. That's pretty important for what we do in wellness, and we want to share our special gifts and our talents and our experience with the world, right? Get our message out there because we want to help as many people as possible. And writing a book about what you do is one way to do that.
And it's not just a book, lead magnets, same thing. And I'll share all of that, and it's new and
Yep.
updated. So even if you have been at the wonderful event last year, this year's even better, and we'll share the discounts
Oh
for our
yeah.
member after.
Yeah, so you'll find the link to that in the community, and it'll be around this video once we put this video out on YouTube or via the email. You'll get it. But here's the caveat about AI. You know, AI should always support execution, not replace leadership. Can't really stress this enough. You know,
Hmm.
use AI to draft emails, create summaries, create websites, and generate social media content, book manuscripts, images, and other ideas quickly. And I like to stress the quickly because I think AI saves so much time. It has saved us a ton of time with these exact tasks that we just listed. And when AI handles the repetitive tasks, you stay focused on strategy, creativity, and client impact. I think, you know, client impact is the most important thing. And that's why we even do what we do is for helping our clients. So that's huge. But let's be clear about this. AI needs clear boundaries. It plays a support role. And while strategy and decision making need to remain human led, right? We talk about human led, human centered, so
Yeah.
important. You have the final say. You're the boss. You edit the AI. You use it for what you need and throw away the rest. Because AI tends to want to please you, and you may have noticed this. It might give you untrue answers because it wants to please you. You know, it's always very agreeable and telling you what you asked is like the greatest question ever written. Um, you know, we probably know, I've noticed that. It's always so complimentary and building you up. I mean, it feels great. I love to read it. Like, yeah, I know what I'm talking about. But you can't rely on that. You can't trust it. I actually just crafted a video about this exact issue and gave you the exact strategies on how to get honest answers from AI. And it has to do with the honest method, HONEST. So check out that video. You'll be interested to learn more about that. Christine, can you add that link to this video to the chat? That's a good video. Hopefully
Absolutely. It's on our
released
YouTube
last week.
channel. If you're not
Yeah, and if you haven't, yeah, you got
subscribed
that?
now,
Perfect.
And I think we also shared it in the last email. If not, we'll do it in the next one again because it's a great video. Everybody needs to not only use it, but actually use the strategies and the prompts that we also share. And if anybody wants a custom ChatGPT, we can provide custom ChatGPTs. We create them all the time. So we'll soon get in the phase where we can offer it for sale. And of course, they can be shared, at least
Yeah,
with
and
you.
you mentioned those prompts. There's copy and paste prompts in the video that
Yeah.
we've used them, right, Christine? You were just talking about
Oh,
the other day.
yes.
Use that one to get honest feedback, to get the real stuff that you want, not just, AI pumping you up and telling you how great you are. There's ways
It
around that.
feels nice, but I was quite floored when I asked it to really act like you recommend. And it told me things that I, on the first glance, didn't honestly like. But it was true. It turned out to be true. So I needed to hear it. But AI doesn't tell you what you need to hear. It's not like a coach. It never will be, even with the honest method. But it tells you more of what you need to hear when you use that method, right, Gary?
Oh yeah, for sure. So yeah, go to YouTube, check out that video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I think you should definitely do that because so much great content there and strategies, and we break a lot of stuff down, um, and these videos are there as well. So there's tons of content there. Go check it out, and I think you'll find a lot. And you can search and look at the different
Let me
playlists and
grab,
find things.
I'll grab the direct link. It is so good. And if you have any questions, we are there in the community to answer them. And if I don't know it, Gary knows it and vice versa. So that's the advantage of
Right.
multiplication. There you go. The honest
Perfect.
method.
Well, let's talk about delivery leverage. Because delivery leverage creates consistency and scale. Clear milestones, a defined framework, and repeatable steps ensure clients get results without reinventing the process each time. And when delivery is structured, impact increases while effort decreases. Less effort, more impact. I mean, how does that sound? That's music to my ears. And productizing integrity means turning your value into structure. When you add depth, clear frameworks, and consistent processes, your service becomes reliable and scalable without losing its heart. Integrity isn't diluted by structure, it's strengthened by it because consistency builds trust. And time leaks quietly erode your capacity. Manual admin, repeated calls, and constantly searching for files steal focus and momentum. So when you plug these leaks with systems, you actually reclaim hours and restore clarity. Big difference. But you can actually reclaim 5 to 10 hours each week by using a system, at least for the basics. And I agree with that 5 to 10 hours. Wouldn't you, Christine? I think we save at least
Absolutely.
that over time. Yeah.
And we use it towards something else, in part for our health. We go out in the nature and walk, and you make your videos on the path, and I create a sparkle video for YouTube for
Right.
fun. I spend time with my husband, you spend time with your wife, and then we go
Yes.
back and refreshed, do more business, and it's more fun and enjoyable and more successful and more focused.
Exactly. Yep. I love it. It's so helpful. Automated reminders reduce manual follow-ups. Pre-framed calls eliminate repetitive explanations, and templated onboarding speeds up delivery. So small automations compound into meaningful time freedom. Time freedom. Who likes the sound of time freedom? I do.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean that's one of the biggest things for me. It's time freedom.
Well, you want also the money, right? You want the balance, you want both.
Balance is, yes, I'm glad you said that. Balance is huge. That is very important. Yes, you have to have the balance.
And I
A
think, Gary, where
calm,
you
te-
really excel, sorry to interrupt you, but I have to say it, what I really learned from you is how to create balance with strategy and structure. And that is so important.
Thank you for that, Christine. It is very important, and it makes a huge difference in your daily operations and the way you feel about what you're doing and how you're doing it. And we all want to feel good all the time because, I mean, it's not possible to feel good all the time. Of course, you're going to have little disruptions and challenges. But when you feel good, you are more able to help others feel better too. We always have to take care of ourselves before we can help others, right? So, a calm tech stack creates clarity and control. A focused website attracts. A structured CRM manages. And an AI layer supports execution. AI is great for that. And when these three work together, your business feels organized, scalable, and sustainable. Huge. And order determines outcomes. So start with clarity, then build the workflow, and only then add automation. We talk about clarity before automation. And when you automate confusion, you scale chaos. But when you automate clarity, you scale results. Big difference. And not everything deserves your attention, right? You need to ignore complex funnels and unnecessary automation and try to ignore every new shiny tool that comes your way. This is a hard one because when we're looking for answers, a lot of times, you know, some of these tools sound like they'll help us with what we need. But we've all come to find that many times, probably more often than not, we end up spending unnecessarily and we end up getting something that doesn't do what it said it would do. And I think that's one area that Christine and I can definitely help you out with because we've tried so many of these different tools. So, reach out to us anytime you have a question. If you're thinking about buying a new program, a new tool, a new platform, there's a good chance that we're aware of it or tried it. I like to say we've done a lot of the heavy lifting for you, so we can create shortcuts for you there and save you time and energy and frustration of trying to find the perfect tool or platform. Simplicity and clear focus scales. Distraction stalls growth. So just think that every time you get distracted, you are stalling your growth, and that's keeping you from achieving the success that you dream of. So we don't want to do that. And we all know there's tons of distractions out there. There's so much noise. So it's very easy to happen, and it happens. But try to catch yourself quickly and pull out of that and refocus your energy to the right areas. Founder freedom is built. It's not wished for, right? So, and clear boundaries protect your time and helps with focus. Predictability stabilizes revenue, and structured systems expand your capacity. When your business runs on infrastructure instead of urgency, freedom becomes sustainable. And this is what we're after. Operational maturity is discipline in action. It's not hype, hustle, or chaos. It's structure, clarity, and consistency. When systems replace urgency, your business becomes stable, scalable, and sustainable. I like that one, operational maturity. That's big. It means you've
That's
actually
right.
grown into a better uh, business owner, better entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So the Bloom Bridge is what we call the transition from overwhelm to order. And inside Bloom, we audit your systems, we simplify your stack, and we install leverage where it matters most. And when structure replaces strain, growth becomes steady and sustainable. And at this point, I hope it's okay to show you our different programs, the Bloom programs that we provide. And I think these are huge. You've probably heard us mention it before, but we really haven't got into it too much. So we kind of want to give you a brief overview. And these programs are designed for each stage in the entrepreneurial life because I believe this is high value and can provide the necessary systems, support, and strategy to help you achieve sustainable growth. For instance, our Bloom Starter program, this program provides the foundation for solo wellness entrepreneurs and coaches. And I think, we all start out as solo entrepreneurs, right? Um, I was very fortunate to find Christine and for us to come together, and that's so helpful. So helpful that we want to provide that extra support or that environment for the people that are working by themselves. We can be part of your team and help you out. This program establishes core workflows, installs website, funnels, email outreach, scheduling, and basic courses so you can create structural stability before scaling. And that all has to be laid out before you can truly scale. And I think, a lot of us have done that where you're having some success, but you kind of hit a plateau. And that's when you need that little extra help um, to get over that plateau and to start building and scaling upward. Strong foundations prevent future chaos and support sustainable growth. And for those that are ready for more, we have Bloom Builder. Here you can strengthen what's already working. Now, for many, that's a good place to start. And here you'll find proven templates. You'll focus on optimization. You'll start with automation and tracking. Um, you'll be able to create courses and grow memberships and refine your workflows for efficiency and performance. At this stage, you're not starting from scratch. You're actually engineering for scale. That means you have all the other things in place. Now you're ready to scale, right? You're ready to start making that consistent and predictable income month over month. And here you can also add SMS when ready, which is huge. And get enhanced support too, and for much less than what most other platforms charge you nowadays. We always try to be different than everybody else, and we are truly here to help people. So we're not trying to uh, gouge, right, and make tons of money. We love what we're doing, and I think we're very blessed to be able to do what we do. Now let's talk about the Bloom Mentor Program. And this is not for everyone. This program is about strategic elevation and includes everything that you ever wished for inside a CRM, plus personal one-on-one support by us. You will create advanced leverage, have more options to build and scale intentionally, and shift your focus towards leadership. That's a big one there. I'm very big on leadership. I love it. Servant leadership especially. And to systemically grow and expand your audience. At this level, you're no longer building systems. You're building growth and legacy. Big. Of course, we also have one-on-one mentoring packages available. And that's if you're already satisfied with the systems you have in place that you currently own, we can work with that as well. We can help you out with those as well. Don't have to use what we're using or what we suggest, of course. You can always keep what you like and what you're doing that works. So just let us know when you apply for a spot in our mentorship program and book your clarity call with one of us. Christine, can you add that link to the chat just in case someone wants to apply for this service? That's a
Yeah,
good one.
sure. Anything you want us to ask, the links to the programs are also in the community. And whenever you're ready, I mean, there's never any pressure, and we stand by that. But when you're
Yeah,
ready, we would love for you to consider that we are offering something that may be valuable to you.
absolutely. Community. This is big, right? We passionately believe that being part of a supportive community accelerates progress. And this is definitely true. And then that is why we founded the 5D Wellness Community Forum. And it's free to join so you can explore these features. Of course, we built it inside of our business in a box system. That kind of gives you an idea what goes on in that system. And this is what you can get inside the Bloom programs as well. So take a look there. You can grow and thrive in this community where you can learn freely, engage consistently, and implement step by step. Because growth happens faster when you build alongside others, not in isolation. And you probably felt that before, I'm sure. And you also might like the events in there, right? Christine, I believe, well, we already talked about the book writing event, and that's coming up soon. That's a perfect example of what you'll find in the community. And you'll be the first to know about it in the community because that's where we normally post it up. Before we even talk about it on in our meetings or trainings, it goes in the system first, in the community first. Christine, you want to say a few words about that?
Absolutely. So that will be a great one-day event like the last one that was a big success. And I can't wait because I love teaching. I'm a teacher at heart. I come from a teacher's family. And I know we have to limit spots, so we give everybody their attention. So first comes first as usual. And you know, the way it works is when you come and bring your idea or an unfinished manuscript, and like Gary always says, it collects digital dust on your hard drive. And I still have a few of them. I just started two more books that I want to finish. You will probably see the one coherent growth. The title is currently in production, and I use another agency for that. And I'll share all the links of all the people that I've ever used and still use and that I know work and work well and are reasonably priced, because you can find people that charge you $3,000 just to edit their book. It's ridiculous. I mean, if you don't want to do it yourself, I know a source where you can get it for less than $200. Well, the same work, right? Why would you pay so much? That's just one thing. Now, everybody that signs up inside the community will get a 10% discount because we give a members discount compared with what's on the internet. But I have a special treat for you today if you're attending live, because we have a limited 50% discount for attendees of Ascent events only. And I don't know how many we have, but I know we strictly limit that because it's only for live attendees. It's only available on the call, and it gives you 50% discount also to the 2-in-1. So if you go and bring a friend, it's only $25 a piece. That's ridiculous. That's amazing. I mean, I've never given it away that cheap. So tell your friends, bring them here with you, and you will not regret it. It's a great event, and you also get, for those that don't have the Easy AI system, for your friends, and they get 3 months free Authors AI with it. They get a lot of other bonuses, all kinds of worksheets, books that you need to craft a story. And so we'll teach it practically, do it with you. As I said, you come with your idea, you leave with a finished, edit ready manuscript and strategy how to publish it, self-publish it as a Kindle. I'm not getting into paperback. I know how to do it, but it's a little more complex. But I can show you the path. That's what I can do. So if you attended live prior the events, if you see that in the replay, let me know in the community and we'll look it up, and you'll also extend the discount. And if you have a friend, well, there's, I think, 1 or 2 more of Ascent event coming where we'll also share the link before that happens. Can't wait. It will be amazing. Check it
Oh
out.
yeah, those are always good. Those are
If you
always great
haven't,
events,
yeah.
Christine. Thank you so much, Christine. So let's talk next steps. Here are your next steps. And we know it's not about doing more, right? It's not more posting, it's not more platforms, and it's definitely not more complicated strategies. It's clear positioning, simpler systems, and focused execution. And sometimes it's having the right level of support, like we provide inside our Bloom program and during our boot camps and longer workshops. And if today even gave you a small shift in clarity, imagine what happens when that clarity becomes structure. That's when the fireworks happen. Inside 5D Wellness and our Bloom programs, we don't just inspire ideas, we help you organize them, simplify your stack, and install the systems that support calm, sustainable growth. Clarity is the beginning, but structure is what turns it into freedom.
Oh my God,
Freedom.
Gary, that's so good.
I
Oh my
love
God.
that freedom, time freedom, autonomy. We want to be our own, uh, reliant on ourselves, right? And I like to try to remove myself from a lot of that noise in the world and just focus on the people I'm trying to help and work with every day, like all of you. I love meeting with you guys every week, and this is one of my favorite times. Every Tuesday when we get together, it's always great. And I thank you all for being here. Um, Feedback. We always ask for feedback. We would truly appreciate your feedback. And just remember that any free feedback you give us helps you and the overall community, because I'm sure there's other people out there with the questions or comments or maybe the ideas that you have. But we need to hear about it. If everybody just thinks it but doesn't tell us, then we can't implement it and fix things. So we always want to make things better. So if you could take the time to give us a little bit of feedback, doesn't have to be super detailed, but anything helps. So let us know.
Absolutely. We'll send the feedback link by email. Have a look inside the email from the 5D Wellness team. If you can't find it, please look in your junk box. There's still a few people that can't find it. It's in the 5D Wellness team, and you can be part of the team. I know.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
and next week, you would like to join us next week. We'll tell
Mm.
you how to ascend from sessions to scalable income. That's going to be another good one. Now, I'm really loving these Ascend Live events. That'll be another no miss uh, event, right?
Absolutely.
So, if you've heard, coherent growth doesn't have to cost you energy, because with the right structure, simplified systems, and steady support, you can expand your business without exhausting yourself. Sustainable growth feels calm, intentional, and built to last. And here's your final reminder. Growth should feel steady, not stressful. Less chaos creates more clarity, and more clarity creates calm, consistent growth. So build your business in a way that supports your life, not one that ends up overwhelming you. So important. That's just huge. And as always, here's the QR code to join the community if you're not in it yet. You can get your phone out right now and scan this, and it'll take you right to the community so you can get in and check all these good things out. And you'll find the replay to this video. You'll find the worksheets from these videos, also other frameworks and templates, and a supportive community with everybody in there that's always willing to help each other out. Big,
And
big
we are
thing.
just getting started.
We are, yes. So thank you so much for being here and investing in your growth. That's a huge first step, is investing in yourself and in your growth, because your work matters, your wisdom matters, and building it with clarity and structure ensures it reaches the people who need you most. So here's to calm, aligned, and sustainable success. Take care, everybody, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for
Thank you.
all that you do for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Mhm. You're amazing, every single one of you. And if you need anything, you know where to find us.
Absolutely. Take care, everybody. Have a great day and an excellent week ahead. See you
Bye-bye.
next time. Bye.